Good morning, everyone, from all the part of the world. My name is Thompson Ntegee Nkupoe from Ghana. I'm so excited and happy to be part of this year's conference by the International Society of Tropical Foresters. And I am so honored that my proposed flash topic is selected for presentation. And I am so happy to meet all of you here. In fact, my name is Thompson Ntegee Nkupoe. As I said, I studied MPhil Social Forestry and Environmental Governance at the University of Energy and Natural Resources, Sunyani in Ghana. I am a former research intern with the Help International Canada, and then the current regional coordinator for Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs, and a climate change activist as well. I'm so happy to be here. But if you look at our world, the world is so endowed with a lot of beautiful, beautiful landscape. We have a lot of beautiful tourist sites, waterfalls. We have a lot of rainforests and the rest. Biodynamical human activities are gradually depleting all this wonderful, wonderful landscape. So we have to rethink about restoration. We have to think of recovery, and we have to think of the past, the present, and the future. And I think that that is in line with my topic, our forest, our future. Because if we don't have a forest, I want to tell you we don't have future. And if we can ensure that our forest is maintained, is kept intact, is expanded, then we have to think about the floating tree innovation or the floating tree production technology, which I want to share with you this wonderful day. And if we are talking about the floating tree, we are talking about a technology that will help you, or innovation that will help you to produce a tree, to produce or to raise seedlings for less than $1. We call it a penny tree because it is less labor intensive, it is less expensive, and it can be done by even children. So if we imbibe it in our children at their early stages, then our future can be guaranteed. And I think that if we are thinking about restoration, we are thinking about recovery, we should be thinking of the floating tree vegetation. And I think it is a wonderful innovation that the innovator, Mr. Rodney Sidlowski, came out with. And when I came back from Canada, I actually replicated it in my community, and the results is enormous. I went for internship with Help International in 2019 as a postgraduate student. He had the whole innovation out of inspiration, and we were sent there to explore with the scientific lens to see how scientifically viable the innovation was. And I can tell you that the outcome is great. Now let me take you through the processes of this particular wonderful innovation. Before you can start the penny tree, or what we call the floating vegetation, you need to select a site that is a bit close to the water body, or maybe you can actually make an artificial dugout. And then through the dugout, you can now start your project of the floating tree technology. And what you need to do is just that you have to get your soil ready. And the soil, most people would like to mix it with what? Organic manure. And so that at least the soil can be much fertile to be able to produce the type of trees they want to transplant. So if you get your tree, the next thing to get ready is your styrofoam. And the styrofoams are made up of different kinds. We have the small, the medium, and the large, because the cuttings that you'll be planting in the styrofoam are of different kinds, different sizes, and you have to select the best for which particular styrofoam you want to use. So the smaller, the bigger, and then the medium. So it can, and the styrofoams can be used for many times. Immediately after harvest, you can store them and reuse them. Now, when you get the styrofoam, straight away, you fill the styrofoam with your soil. You can see that this is the way it is done. You spread the soil so that it occupies all the holes in uniform and equal. Then maybe From there, you water it down so that it can be soft and moist for transplanting and for whatever kind of planting you want to do. So you see that I'm actually watering it, and I'm keeping it moist so that it can easily be done. And immediately you are able to, this can be done by children. It can be done by children of all of 5 years and above. You can see that it's easier. And when you are done with the watering, planting takes place. You push in the styrofoam. You can see that all those cuttings that have been preserved for 2 years, 2 weeks, sorry, are all ready for planting currently. And the couple are planting with joy. You can see the smile in their face. Children from 5 years and above can plant up to 1,000 cuttings in a day, and adult can plant up to what? 1,000 cuttings a day. It's as simple, it's economic friendly. It can be done by sitting, standing, squatting, whatever way is suitable for you. You can just do, and then you get all the cuttings planted. You can see it is gender friendly. Young ladies are planting, and you can see that it is so easy. They're pushing all the cuttings into the styrofoam, and that is so easy. Less stress, less what? Less labor intensity. You can see that a day, this is a day plantings. This is what we were able to plant in a day. And immediately you are done with the planting, the next thing is to float it. But if you keep it on the ground like this and you don't float it that day, you need to an extra labor and an extra cost to water it so that you can keep it moist. So the moment you are done with this, you can just push it into the water. You float it into the frames. And the reason why we put it in the frame is for easy harvest and easy what? Easy sorting. Because you can put Azandraca indica, which is neem, in this place, and you can put Technona grandis here, or the willows here, whatever. So the moment you put it in the frames, it's easy for you to harvest and for sorting. And whilst you are about to harvest too, the frame will help you to be able to pull all the trees to the bank so that you can remove them and then harvest. So that is why we have the frame. It's a 24 by 24 frame. We have 12 by 12 frame as well. 24 by 24. We have 2 by 6 board under, and it is what is keeping it floating, to float and to harvest. And the moment you get this on the water, it will take about 90 days, and the trees will be ready for harvest. Equal humidity, equal water temperature, equal water distribution, and all trees will enjoy all nutrients equally. And I tell you, it will give you the most healthy trees you will look for to transplant in whatever area you want to do. And one advantage of this floating technology is that it also helps you to what? To purify your water, the water bodies, to remove all pollutant and all debris from the water, and keep the water so clean for all aquatic organisms. So you can see that this has been used for more than 10 years, but you can see that the water is so clean, every place is so clear, there's no debris, there's no droplet, there's nothing. There's no waste, every place is so clear. And that is one of the advantages of the floating tree, because it comes in hand with what? Phytoremediation, using trees to purify water. So aside that you use it to produce trees to replant, you can also use this as a means to what? To remove all pollutant from our water bodies. So you can see all the trees are set. There's a yellow anchor that is holding the frames so that it will not flow by heart, so that you can harvest it. You can pull it anytime you want to harvest. You can see that all the trees are on water. They are all floating equally. They are all enjoying equal temperature and equal everything. And you can see in no time, in 90 days, this will be ready for harvest. Our research we conducted actually proved that 95% of the trees can survive and will be in healthy state for transplanting. And the moment it is 90 days, you can either plant or you can leave it on. The moment you get the floats, the trees on the water, you can take a holiday to whatever part of the world you want to be. You don't need any management. It doesn't need any kind of cultural practice. It will be on the water. It will grow on its own. Yours is just to harvest it and replant it. And if we are thinking recovery, we have to think of how to be able to replenish our landscape with a lot of trees. And technology of this nature or innovation of this nature is the best for us in this 21st century to be able to catch up with the kind of depletion that our lands are being subjected to. And I want you to pay close attention to floating vegetation, because it is the solution going forward. You can see that the harvest is already done. The trees are so green and so healthy. they are ready for what? Transplanting. And these are ready. The moment you want to travel with them for a long distance, you only need to keep some little water under it to keep it moist and fresh, and you take it to whatever place, and it will be ready for you to plant. And I want you to see the value of the tree in the ecosystem. If the fate of our past, present, and future landscape in the tropics can be guaranteed in the floating tree production. I want everybody to watch out for this particular technology to do the great magic for us to be able to catch up with the depletion that our landscape has been subjected to, so that we can recover and can restore, to make our livelihood and our life well guaranteed and well sustained. Thank you very much. I am yours truly, Thompson Ntegee Nkupoe from Ghana. I studied for social forest and environmental governance, a former intern with the Help International Canada under Rodney Sujlowski, and the current Brown Afro Regional Coordinator for Ghana Chamber of Young Entrepreneurs and a climate change activist. Thank you very much for your audience, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you on 28 for the question session. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.